must be crossed.
Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about The Village, which was created by M. Night Shyamalan and came out in 2004. It's about a village, as you might have guessed, and a bunch of people who have like this agreement with the creatures that live within the forest, and so no one's allowed to like cross this barrier to go into the forest, and you find out that they love the color red and hate the color yellow. It's kind of confusing. It stars some random people. Jesse so-and-so's in it. Jesse Eisenberg's in it. We got I never know how to pronounce her name. Sigourney Weaver? She's in Aliens. William Hurt, Adrian Brody, Joaquin Phoenix, just a very random collection of people, I feel like. But it was really good. Oh my god. Okay, so I am obsessed with this movie now. I just watched it last night, and the twist. Oh my god. I feel like I should tell you guys about it and like talk about it at the end, because there's just no way to go about this movie without spoiling it, or like, you know, talking about spoilers. Like, I need to do that for this one, so I will do that, but I'll warn you in advance if you don't want to know. I think it really catches you off guard when you first watch it. So there's a couple people that want to cross the barrier and like go through the woods to get medical supplies for people who are injured in the towns, because they've lost a lot of people because they don't have a lot of access to medicinal things. One of those girls happens to be Ivy, and she's kind of the main character, and so she goes on this excursion by herself. And this movie is completely not what you would expect. Like, first off, the monsters look super cool though. Like, I love how they look with the spines and stuff and how they move. It's just awesome. But it turns into a movie that you would not even predict, and the fact that he made this movie makes me so jealous, because way before it even happened, I'm like, wouldn't that be so cool if it was like this? And I, you know, guessed the twist before it even happened. So I'm just gonna get into the twist. Just know that I liked it. If you're tuning out now, just watch it because it's really good. I assume a lot of people have seen it, and so you'll want to hear kind of my thoughts on the spoilers and stuff like that. Also know it's not super scary at all. Like, I wouldn't even consider this a horror really. It has horror elements, but mostly it's a thriller kind of based movie. So let's move on to some spoilers. So if you've seen this, you know that the spoiler is, or that the twist is, it is actually modern times, but this seems to be set in like Pilgrim era. So what had happened is these group of people called the Elders had gone through something traumatizing, and they were in a counseling center, and one of them teaches history and is like, hey, I have an idea. And they create this village, and they go back in time willingly and just start their lives over and live a simpler life. And so they raise children that way, and they have no idea that it's like 2004 outside of the walls. And that just like was crazy. And that's the one thing that I called, because I turned to my boyfriend who had seen it before, and I was like, that would be so cool if it was like modern times out there and they had no idea. So before Ivy gets let go to go through the forest, her father pulls her aside and then tells her that the monsters were fake. That he and the Elders would dress up as them to prevent people from going into the woods and going outside of their little sanctuary and finding out that there's actually like technology and stuff. I think he lets Ivy go by herself. Well, she gets two like people to go with her, but he said that when she gets to the secret road, she has to go by herself. But the other two guys abandoned her way before they even got started on the journey. The reason why I think they let her go is because she's blind, and so she can really just hear things and like see the aura of people, so she wouldn't really interpret that there was like a different kind of life out there. And she never finds out that it's a different kind of world. She gets the medicine and goes back and gives the medicine to, you know, Joaquin Phoenix, her love. I loved that plot. Like, it was so cool. Oh, and then another thing, it like rips you back and forth between believing that the monsters are real and fake, because as she's going through this journey, and you know already that the monsters are fake, she comes across one and you're like, oh shit, are they actually real? Like, is this real? And so then you find out if it's real or not, and then that's really cool. So it's just like, it's sad and like a Super good thriller. Definitely watch it if you've never seen it. I would be surprised that if a lot of you haven't seen it because it is so old, and not that old, it's like 11 years old, but and popular. I'm surprised I hadn't seen it before, because this kind of movie is exactly like my favorite kind of movie in the world. It's the subtleties, the creepiness, the shock value of like the twist, and also being in the woods. It's definitely top 10 movies for me now. Might be a stretch for some people, just know that I, you know, have my own opinion about things. Let me know if you've seen it, what you think down below, if you have any criticisms for it, maybe point out some negatives that I didn't think of or didn't necessarily catch, because as of right now, there's really not a lot of negatives. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
When he begs for your life. What is this? I can't move. You're paralyzed from the neck down.